This festival is supposed to be on July the 15th of the lunar calendar. So we just finished the month of July and now we're in the month of August. So that's why last week I was supposed to do it, but I was pushed back.
It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. Nobody's fault. Okay. So Ullambana is a festival primarily celebrated by the Buddhists. Okay. The name is a Sanskrit term. It means hanging upside down and suffering. That's the name. That's the meaning of Ullambana. Hanging upside down and suffering. The Buddhist origins of this Ullambana festival can trace back to the story from India. Okay, when Margaliana. Thank you. Sorry, Margaliana. Okay, he was actually a very well-to-do merchant who gave up his trade to become one of Buddha's main disciples. So when he obtained arhatship, okay, he cannot stop thinking about his parents, and he's wondering, where did my parents go? So he's searching all over the universe.
Well, he has supreme power. You know that, right? He has 天眼, right? 天眼, right? Well, he has supernatural 神通嘛, 六神通, right? So, but he's very filial because he was wondering, what happened to his mother? Yeah, 目犍连.
Yeah, he was the Buddha that channeled in Iowa this past June. Was it June or May?
3 months ago.
Yeah.
June.
Okay, so he found his father in heaven. Unfortunately, he found his mother in the underworld as a hungry ghost. Okay. So a hungry ghost, okay, she was in the form of this hungry ghost who cannot eat because the throat is very thin and there's no food that can pass through. Okay, and her belly is very big.
Feed her, everything turns to fire, not fire.
Oh, really?
Or ashes.
Okay, so the reason his mother became a hungry ghost because of greed. Okay, when he left, he told her with his fortune, he wants her to give it to charity whenever she come across a Buddhist monk. Okay, but instead of doing that, she kept it all for herself. So she became a hungry ghost. So, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be greedy, or we too can become a hungry ghost.
Not greedy, but you could say not charitable, non-charity, right? She's not pusser, right? Uncharitable. When you don't donate, she doesn't donate anything. She doesn't help the needy or the poor or the hungry. That's why.
And so many combinations there. Not just this like her life.
It's
many lifetimes.
Okay. Keep it over many lives.
So the Buddha instructed that picture, I can never say that, Margaliana, to make offerings of food, okay, to virtuous assembly of the Sangha, which means the Tao community, okay. So this is to be done on the 15th day of July in the lunar calendar. So the merit gained from this charity liberated Margaliana's mother from hell. So Margaliana became very happy because he succeeded not only relieving his mother but also a number of other souls. To commemorate the incident, this festival of Ullambana, or as they call it also Ancestors' Day or Ghost Day, is celebrated to honor one's ancestors and also to relieve the suffering of souls. This ritual is well practiced in many parts of Asia and lasts for half a month under the lunar calendar. So the first day of the festival is July the 1st. Okay. So under this day, the gate of the underworld or of hell opens up. Okay? And all the ghosts are permitted to visit this earthly realm for the next 15 days. Okay. So So on the 15th day is the ancestors' day, and the families would visit cemeteries to pay respect to their ancestors. People also make food offerings to the wandering spirits during this festival. The purpose of having a filial piety. Okay. Oh, I'm talking. Now I'm going to Tanxiang Temple. I guess that is in Tanxiang Temple. I don't.
Not on the slide. Where? On the slide?
No, it's not on the slide. Okay. The way they practice this festival is with 6 continuous evenings of chanting of Amitabha Sutra. And then on the 7th day is a filial piety Dharma assembly, okay, where they would light lamps for the ceremony. And the purpose of having this filial piety assembly is to develop gratitude for our parents, our ancestors, and all sentient beings who could have been our parents in the past lives or many uncountable lifetimes, and to transfer the merits to the departed ancestors, relatives, and all sentient beings. Okay. The significance of lighting the lamp is a symbol of knowledge and dispelling of darkness. Darkness represents ignorance. It represents It represents all the negative forces of wickedness, violence, lust, anger, envy, greed, bigotry, fear, injustice, oppression, and suffering. The Japanese call this festival Ullambana. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And the shorter version is Obon. And they have celebrated this for more than 500 years. The first day they welcome the festival, they call it Welcoming Obon. And the last day is to bid adieu to the farewell Obon. Okay. The festival is very popular in Japan because it is not only a time to honor ancestors and relieve the sufferings of tormented souls, but it is also a family gathering. People all over Japan put aside their work and visit their hometown to celebrate this with all their families. They would visit their graves with their elders and clean them of their elders. The food offering made to the wandering spirits in temples as well as in homes. Then they light paper lanterns and decorate homes and place them in cemeteries so that it will enable the spirits to come back to their cemetery at the end of this festival. Okay?
This festival, it happens on the lunar calendar in July, right? But, in the Western hemisphere, the Mexicans, they also celebrate a day called El Dia de Muerte, the Day of the Dead. But I don't think it's celebrated on the July. I'm not sure. It's during the summer. It's just sometimes during the summer. But they also have a similar too. So it's not. So what I'm saying is that this type of this type of tradition or custom is not unique just to Asia. Just and then the Europeans and then or the ancient Europe or the medieval age in Europe, they have Halloween. What's Halloween?
Ghost Day.
Yeah, it's really the word Halloween came from All Hallows Eve, which means people, the souls who are departed. So it's the same, similar, So it's not just unique to Eastern, but Ullambana is Marganiana,
So if you look at the picture on the right side, they light candles inside the lanterns and they float them down the river and sea to illuminate the path for the spirits. Okay, so this ceremony that marks the conclusion of this festival is called Toro Nagashi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Toro Nagashi. Okay. So Holy Teacher says, the true meaning in rescuing the souls from torment is not to invite them to eat and drink. It is actually to save the invisible, intangible, sentient beings to transcend from the cycle of life and death. Saving sentient beings does not depend on how much merit one has. The most important is for the descendants to be sincere and dedicate themselves to saving sentient beings from the three realms. Okay, so this means that we must receive the Tao, cultivate, help in Tao affairs, and to save and ferry sentient beings. The month of July is called the filial piety month. Okay, it is the month of compassion. In this holiday, if we use meat or non-vegetarian food as offering to in our home or our company, then it will easily attract evil spirits to our door. Okay, that is kind of scary. Yeah. Okay, so don't offer meat, only vegetarian product. Okay, I know Chinese people are so stubborn in that. My mom used to be so stubborn in that. She won't listen to me at all. So instead of arguing with her, I just let her go. But my mom, on this day of 7/15, she always burned those joss papers for them. I never knew what that meant until today. Because I asked her, I said, who are these for? She goes, oh, it's to burn for all the spirits out there.
Yeah, the homeless.
Yeah.
Spirits.
Yeah. So this year,
Even just regular or
Yeah.
spirits underworld, they come out.
yeah. So Holy Teacher said there are many souls that are seeking help.
Lunar calendar.
There are baby spirits who die from being aborted. Okay. There are those who die as victims of injustice. There are those that commit suicide. Okay. There are those who die in accidents. And there are those from the hungry ghost realm and wandering ghosts, ghosts in hell, evil demons, and many other types of spirits. So if we can have a merciful, compassionate heart to come and help these souls, okay, then today we will benefit from both sides of the yin and the yang. Okay, so that's positive and negative energy. So we will gain benefactors from the 5 directions: north, south, east, west, and the center, and to help us. Okay, and heaven will secretly turn things around for us. Heaven will adjust and allow us to practice, cultivate, and propagate successfully, to be able to change our knowledge into wisdom. Therefore, the true meaning in performing this ritual is to relieve the souls of the dead, to save the yin and to ferry the yang. Okay? Any questions? Now, I want to share something with, well, some of us heard the story last year from Heather. Heather is in the Chinese class. Her god sister, okay, well, let's start from the beginning. Her god sister was a very, loved to enjoy life. Okay, she was known as the disco queen in her early years. So she received the Tao as a teenager at a young age. But she practiced today in the Buddhist temple. I guess that's where her affinity is. So Heather says her god sister became like more calmed down. Okay, stopped partying around and everything. And then while she was new in the Buddhist temple, they practiced chanting sutras and meditation. So when she first started to meditate with them, gradually she starts to see a very big bright light in front of her. And every time she meditates, she would see this big bright light in front of her. So she asked her, the I guess, Nigu or a nun or the female monk, I don't know. Okay, in the like they would call them a sister in the Buddhist temple. So she asked her, "What does that mean? Why am I seeing this big bright light?" And the sister answered her, "In time you will know." Okay, so she let it go, and every time she would see this bright light. So one day the temple took a trip to Guangzhou in China, and by the beach they would meditate. Okay, and she told Heather that she remembered there's a lot of rocks at the edge of the beach. Okay, and while meditating, she saw a ship coming to shore. And once it stopped, she sees many people getting onto the ship. And then she sees herself getting onto the ship. Okay, so she asked the same sister, what does that mean? The sister answered, in time you will know. Okay, so she let it go again. Okay, so all this happened continuously, right? Still seeing the big bright light. Then one day, okay, I don't know when or how many years ago, near the lunar calendar of July 15, there would appear a book in her room. A book. In this book is a list of many names. Okay? So she was instructed July 15 under the lunar calendar to read each and every name from this book in the temple, in the Buddhist temple. So these names are the names of the spirits that the God in the underworld, the Buddha in the underworld, is requesting to go with him. So she has yin yang, she sees all the spirits. So after she read off the names, there are still many spirits that were not on the list. So they ask her anxiously, where's my name? Is my name in the list? She goes, no, it's not in the list. So these spirits are still saddened because they have no place to go but wandering on this earthly realm because their time is not up yet. Remember, these spirits die before their time is due. Okay? So just to share with you. Remember the story? Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so this is her job every year on July the 15th to read off these names. All right? Okay. I think my time is up. Okay, I was supposed to cover rules and regulations. Oh, how come they're giving me the sign? Oh, I saw Jujie handing. Oh, okay. Oh, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, well, I finished my story. Any questions, Christine?
How come she saw herself get on the ship? She's still alive.
I guess she sees her. Maybe that ship is to ferry the sentient beings to heaven. So maybe she sees herself getting on board. Okay? Remember, she has this special power. I guess that's why she was the chosen one to read off that list. Okay?
You mentioned a book in her room. Did someone place the book in the room?
Yeah, the
Just
Buddhas.
turned out
Maybe the Buddha from the underworld.
invisible-
Every year it's not an invisible book, it's a real
No,
book.
I mean invisible hand.
Yeah.
Names are different every year.
Yeah, names are different every year. Because when they call the spirits, they would have a place to go. They would follow the Buddha and go back to wherever they were supposed to go, rather than wandering in this world. Yeah, it could be the underworld.
There's a question.
So let's go.
There's a question. Why they play the drum?
Why they play the drum? I didn't say they play the drum.
Yes.
Oh, well, when they have the festival, there's dancing and singing. It's a time of celebration. You know, it's like a Memorial Day. Time of celebration to celebrate and remember our ancestors.
Asim is just like most funerals. Sometimes they have some type of music and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So they beat the drums, they ring bells and things like that.
Yeah, it's a happy occasion.
Question is to something and answer him.
You forgot the question.
But I think that you talk about Mu Jian and Zunzi.
Yes.
One story very interesting because he had superpower. So he went all the way underwater, tried to save her mother. Right? What happened?
Yeah.
She couldn't.
She couldn't,
She
yeah.
couldn't do it because at the moment, even she tried to feed her mother, tried to do doesn't work. Because at the end, they find out. They tell him, the karma is more powerful than
Your power.
Superpower. So means even he has all the superpower. Same his mother. Okay, because karma is overcome that. So that tell us, okay, we have karma, we have to pay back. There's no way, even like Mu Jian, he has superpower, he cannot pay for his mother karma.
Yeah.
We all have to pay back all the karma we have produced.
Yeah, Holy Teacher said we must pay back all our karma before we can go back.
Yeah. About the names in the book. Is,
Yes.
Required for human on earth to read off the names during the festival, or because
I guess she was the chosen one to read it all, right? So, I mean, you don't see us reading all. I would be terrified. I wouldn't know what to do. Okay. So, in fact, yesterday, Ty emailed me additional information, and this is when I was about to get ready for bed. Okay. I did this in the daytime. Okay. And then while I'm doing it, it's almost midnight. I said, gosh, I'm getting so scared. I'm looking around me. Remember, Carrie? I said, yeah. So
Don't worry, you got temple at home.
I do, but I'm still, I'm a chicken. I'm scared of everything.
Why were you scared?
Well, I'm doing research on spirits, ghosts, and all those wandering spirits, right? So that's why I was scared.
But this July, it's really, the door is open, okay, for them to come out. So even when you prepare the fruits, or food for them to eat, they say even, naturally, Leo has talked about it already, right? He said if you put a fruit there, or food there, in a few days you can see the energy
Yeah.
of the fruit is gone. Normally it's there, but in those cases, you're not gonna, so they say don't wait for too many days for this food to get back.
In fact, Heather told me another little incident where this year, I think in Indonesia, one of her friends who didn't believe says, oh, I never see these spirits, okay? So she went to the temple to do this offering on July 15th, and she saw this time. She saw, she wasn't able to sleep for days, she wasn't able to eat for days because she got terrified, okay? And the fruits that were offered, you can see they were partially bitten and eaten. So she got terrified.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a tradition, but kind of testify to what we are saying. My mother, she also believes in Buddhism, and she would offer fruits to Buddhas and saints at home. And those fruits will stay for a long time.
Yeah,
But
usually.
then on the 15th of July,
the month of July.
she also offered fruits to, like we said, all the wandering spirits. And those fruits
Will not last.
couldn't last for it. They perish sooner.
Because
You
the
still eat it?
No, because the energy.
The energy.
Did you not eat it then?
Then you can eat it.
We can still eat it, but don't throw it away.
But don't hold it for too long.
Yeah.
Because
You just place it wherever for just, maybe half an hour or an hour maximum, and then, and then take it down.
a day or two, then you can eat. Because on all days you have a fruit for a week, you're still fine, right? In this case, you don't want to hold it long. You still can eat it, sure. Don't want to waste it. But it's different.
So like the whole world, July, spirits come out.
Mostly Asian people, yeah.
Yeah, that's why in Chinese, I know some people probably know. Usually in July, a lot of people don't travel, don't go to certain places, right? You heard the story, right?
Well, don't wear black in the July month because you're attracting the negative energies.
Yeah.
Don't wear black.
Beach, water, the certain area,
I think cultivation is
Yeah,
more
yeah.
important.
It is, but
If we don't have if we cultivate well enough that we have the merits, then that's going to help us.
Time
offset. If we still have the even Buddhas and sense cannot help us. We still have to